Hi, I'm Amanda. I am a coach and a trance channel, and I have something a little different for you today. Goddess Aphrodite came forward, and she said that she wants to lead all of you through a channeled guided meditation to learn how to open up to unconditional love and acceptance. So many of us, especially on this spiritual path, that's what we're seeking underneath it all. We're seeking to feel loved. We're seeking to feel accepted. We want to feel grounded inside of who we are. We want to feel at peace and free inside of ourselves to move forward in a way that feels in alignment with ourselves and what we deeply want outside inside of our lives. And the way to do that is to open up to love. That's how you open your channel. That's how you receive divine guidance and wisdom. And that's how you trust when you're on the right path. And yet, there's a part of us that's afraid to fully open up to it because we don't feel worthy of it. And we want that part to just go away. We don't want to take it with us. And yet, the whole purpose of ascension is to embrace all aspects of who you are, not just the ones that you deem to be worthy of that, and not leaving the rest behind, taking all of you with you as you ascend into a higher frequency version of you. And so, this is a guided, channeled experience showing you very slowly, step by step, how to open up to unconditional love and how to recognize the parts of you who are resisting it a little bit. If you do this guided, channeled experience regularly, I promise you, you will feel like a different person. And if you do decide to give it a try, please let me know. I would love to hear from you and what this experience was like for you. So sit back, enjoy, and allow Aphrodite to guide you in.
Thank you so much for inviting me here today. I have something very special in store for you that I believe will allow you to be with you moving forward in a very new way. I am being told that it is my job today to invite you forward into an experience with me and with you, one that you will be able to move forward with and invite back into your life anytime you desire to. That will allow you to anchor into the unconditional love and acceptance that you're both seeking and desiring to feel in the here and now. And my children, I'm going to lead you there. But I ask a few things of you in return. I ask that you be willing to go there with me, as some of what I am going to lead you through is going to feel uncomfortable. And I want you to know right off the bat that this discomfort is normal and natural. And I would love for you to recognize it when it arises as simply a part of you that is not yet ready to embrace what you are asking of it. And that part of you that feels uncomfortable with the love that you are desiring to feel in that moment desires to feel comforted most. Take that part, recognize it, and invite it in. And in time, it will quiet down. Another thing that I ask of you is to keep an open mind, because part of this exercise is going to require that you be open to what I'm suggesting of you, because some of what I'm going to lead you through is going to feel awkward and uncomfortable and unjust. And this is all part of the experience of transformation, my loves. And finally, I ask that you be patient with it. You have gone long enough berating yourself for not being who you desire you to be and not being capable of stepping into the giant shoes that you have laid before you that do not always seem inviting and that you do not always perceive yourself to be capable of encompassing and moving forward with it in the way that you desire yourself to. And if you take that energy and you utilize it inside of this exercise, you're going to be undermining the very desire that I have for you today, which is to leave that mentality at the door. It has no place inside of a container where unconditional acceptance is the goal. And if you are not used to operating under these conditions, then you are going to need patience. Time and patience will be required of you in showing up for you in a way that you desire to, especially when you have been holding back from doing so until now. Now that we have all of those conditions out of the way, I want you to close your eyes and get really comfortable. You may sit down with your feet flat on the floor in a comfortable space that is quiet and free of any noise or distractions, because you do not need the distractions anymore at this time. You may also engage in this activity lying down if that feels more comfortable for you. But I want to put forward some caution in this, which is that you may drift off under that position and under those conditions. And I ask that you position yourself in such a way where that will not be a factor for you. Once you are settled and your eyes are closed and you are nice and relaxed, I want you to take a big deep breath in through your nose and hold it inside of your lungs for 3, 2, 1, and slowly exhale. Very nice. And you're going to do that again. And as you inhale, I want you to imagine that you are inhaling not only air, but peace and love as well. And you're holding the air and the peace and love inside of your lungs for 3, 2, 1, and you are exhaling only the air. The peace and love remain inside. And you are going to do this one more time, inhaling all the love that surrounds you, holding it inside of you for 3, 2, 1, and exhaling only air, as well as any other stress, worries, or fatigue that you may be carrying. And I would love for your breath to return to normal at this time. And just witness your heart space inside of your mind's eye. See your beautiful heart beating in your chest. And your heart is surrounded by the love and the peace that you inhaled inside just a moment ago. This swirling around your beautiful beating heart. And I don't know how often you consider your beating heart and how often you give thanks for its unconditional devotion to you. But we are going to take a moment to do that right here, right now, because your beating heart has never failed you. It has remained with you since your first breath, and it will do so until your last. And it beats on and on, the rhythm of your heart, mimicking the rhythm of your life's soul essence, beating to the drum of your every waking and sleep moment. It beats for you and you alone, and has always remained loyal to you, regardless of who you are and what you've done or failed to do, because it knows nothing of the thoughts that surround your mind, of all of your shortcomings and all of the words left unsaid. It beats for you and you alone because its sole purpose is to do so. And what can be more devoted than that? I want you to witness this beating heart inside of your chest and take in for a moment how special that is to have this companion there beside you that you often do not even realize is there. And yet it beats on its sole purpose to keep you going. And I want you to take a moment and give it some thanks, showing it all the love and the gratitude that you have for its presence in your life, its undying devotion to you and you alone. It will never stop beating for you, and it will always be there with you wherever you go and whatever you do. Your unconditional support system. And I want you to take a moment and recognize all the times in your life that you have felt so alone, but have failed to realize that there is one thing there beside you all along, and that is your beating heart, never failing, never faltering, always present, regardless of what comes and what may be. And I want you to be here, right now, alongside your beating heart, showing it the love that you've always wanted to feel, but didn't necessarily know how to. And recognize in this moment how accessible it is for you. You just had to find a doorway in to access it. And in this moment, you are demonstrating the love that you are capable and desiring of feeling for you. You are simply directing it towards a part of you that you didn't recognize was there. Your beautiful beating heart. The love that it has always shown for you that you are now able to return and just. And I just want you to take that in for a moment. The gratitude that you have for your beautiful beating heart and the love that it has always shown you in return. A beautiful partnership that you can return to anytime you want to, because your beating heart will always be there, regardless of what comes. And any time that you remember its presence, you will have the ability to access the gratitude that you have to show for it in that moment. And I hope that when you do, it brings you back into the present moment, right here, right now, wherever you are, whatever you're going through, grounding into the knowing that is just you and your beating heart taking on the world. Now that you have been reacquainted with the love that has always been readily available for you, but that you have not given yourself full credit to fully embrace, I would love to introduce you to someone else that's been always here with you in the present moment, and that you have felt deeply from time to time, but that you have not always cared to show the respect that they deserve. And that is the part of you that questions the notion that this very exercise is worth your time. And that when you leave this space, you will return back to normal. All the doubts and all the fears and all the stress and all the concern and worry will all seep back in. Because of that thing that you said the other day, or the thing that you realized about yourself, or that project that you failed to do in the way you wanted to, or all the responsibility that awaits for you when this is complete, that you are oh so delicately taking some time away from in this moment, only to return to when it's over. And I want you to focus on that right now. The part of you that's screaming out, but I'm here too. And I don't feel that I deserve to be a part of this experience because I have let you down and I have shamed you and I have created judgment inside of you for my existence. And I want you to see this part of you in your mind's eye as a reflection of the aspect of you that you wish did not exist. Allow it to take on whatever form feels fitting for you. It can look just as you do, or it can take on an appearance completely different. But either way, you know what you're looking at. You're looking at the aspect of you that you wish was not there. The aspect of you that enables you to feel differently than you desire to most of the time, and sometimes way more than you wish to. And I want you to look at that aspect of you and see their beating heart, because they have one too, just as you do. And if you cannot show this aspect of you love yet, that's okay. But you recognize their beating heart, just as you've recognized your own, seeing it beating inside of their chest, undying devotion to keeping them alive, just as yours has done for you. And as you're seeing their beating heart inside of their chest, you recognize that they too need the love that you need. And they too have failed to recognize their own dying devotion to the love they desire to receive. And yet their beating heart beats on, keeping them going. Steady drum beating to the every beat of their heart's existence throughout their time in this life. And as you focus on their beating heart inside their chest, you see that they are not so different from you. They are simply reflecting back to you where they are not open to showing themselves the devotion that they desire to feel. And they are simply feeling the emptiness of that. And as you witness them with their beating heart, I want you to ask them a question. What do you want from me in this moment? And allow them a moment to answer in return. Allow them to answer from the part of them that wants you to hear their truth. And I want you to sit there and listen. Let them speak freely in this moment and be open to receiving whatever they have to tell you. And as you listen, I want you to witness any changes that take place inside of you. Do you feel more open to seeing them differently? Do you feel more open to witnessing their hurt? And do you feel more open to extending them the same gratitude that you did for you and your beating heart? If the answer is no, that is simply where you're at today. And I want you to witness the discomfort that you hold in doing so and recognize that this is simply not what you are ready for. And this will come in time. And if the answer is no, I want you to continue to witness them in their beating heart while you feel gratitude for your own and hold space for them as they are doing for you. Just be here with them in this moment, witnessing one another and sharing this space together. If the answer is yes, that you do hear their words and you want to embrace them in this moment, I ask that you do so in whatever way feels right to you. You can reach out and extend them a loving embrace. You can allow them to morph into you, into your beating heart, embracing them inside of you completely until you are one. You can hold their hand and walk with them, sharing this space and time together. You can simply stare into their eyes lovingly and say whatever you want to say in return that you believe they desire to hear in this moment. And I want you to take your time, regardless of the path you've chosen. Be here with this part in whatever way feels right for you. But do not forget that your beating heart beats on, and the gratitude that you are capable of feeling for it is there for you anytime you desire to return to that space. I grant you permission to pause this recording at this time, to be here in this moment with this part for as long as you need to. When you are feeling ready and that this process is nearing its completion, regardless of which path you have chosen, I want you to say any last words that you have for this part and witness them coming back inside of you, sitting right beside your beating heart, because they are you and you are them. And you will always share this space and time together, even if you're not ready to yet, because they will always be here with you, ready to receive your love from them any time you want to give it. And regardless of which path you chose inside of this exercise today, I want you to remember that you have the ability to shift it anytime you want to. And as time goes by and you come back to this recording, you may feel differently about this part depending on the day. And this part might change in front of your very eyes and take on a different form, depending on what you are feeling in that moment. And so this exercise can be used in any way you desire it to as a symbol of whatever you may be experiencing and whenever you need to be experiencing in that moment in time. I want you to bring your attention back to your beating heart. And I want you to witness a beautiful sphere of light taking shape there. This is your soul's essence. And it's giving off all the love that you can imagine. And it is extending outside of your beating heart, growing and engulfing your entire chest. And it is expanding, filling your entire body with its light and love and warmth until finally it bursts out of your torso, fully engulfing your entire physical form in its light. And this golden light, this beautiful white light of love and energy fully encases you inside of it and radiates out from inside of you. And this is a demonstration of your essence, your energy, and the love that you're capable of feeling and radiating from you out into the world. And I want you to feel it reverberating through every inch of your being. Every person that you come in contact with throughout your day will also feel this energy emanating from you. They may not see it, they may not recognize it, but they will feel it, as will you. And in time, the more you tune into the love that's always been there and that you have just learned how to access and integrate, the stronger this energy will feel and the more aware you will be of its presence until it is always a part of your daily existence. And you will feel it there regularly where you didn't before. And some days will be easier than others. But in moments of time where you're needing to remind yourself of it, it will be there waiting for you. Always, as your beating heart beats for you, endless devotion, regardless of who you are, what you do, and where you go. I want you to take a big deep breath in through your nose, holding at the top for 3, 2, 1, and exhaling. Because right now, all there is love. That's all there is to inhale. And holding it at the top for 3, 2, 1. And that's all there is to exhale. Because that is simply all that surrounds you in this moment in time. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and go about your day with hopefully a little bit more presence to the own beating heart that lives on inside of you than you had before. I love you all deeply and dearly, from my beating heart to yours. Much love.